Okay, so this is the last video, I guess, maybe, of this little series, lighting resources for you to use. The stuff that I've created, all these handbooks I've created using my own personal knowledge, as well as what I've acquired off of the internet, and all the links for what I've acquired are in the description, so you'll be able to grab those items for yourself. And of course, you can email me if you want to grab these items that I've made. So it's up to you. The whole concept here is pay it forward. I want to help people because when I was looking for stuff, there wasn't a lot of stuff available like this. There really wasn't anything available like this stuff. So, I'm hoping that I'll be able to help other people with this, with lighting, especially lighting in the church and establishing a lighting ministry. I can't help you out with the rest of your technical arts / stage ministries, but there might be some concepts you could take, but I'm not entirely sure. This is called the Lighting Bible, and this is a term used in theater. Lighting designers, their teams have Lighting Bible, which has all of the important pieces of documents that are needed for a production, usually a stage production. So that's what this is piggybacking off of. Wow, what? This is what it's based off of. I've done all the videos all in a row, so I'm sitting here maybe talking for about an hour or so. It's get tired. I should have taken a break, but we're here. This is it. So, and I just kind of copied what I saw off of the examples of what a lighting Bible is. So, label the Bible, who created it, and the people involved. So, these are the two lighting designers that we have: Dante Nelson, Nia, my right-hand man. I'm telling you, she is beyond amazing at her job. So, just amazing member of the ministry, one of the original members of the ministry. We started in 2012, and she's been here, and I've been here, and she's phenomenal. So what I've done here is I've gathered. I had to talk about her. She's my girl. All these not filtered. Oh my gosh. Different cue sheets, shop order sheets, magic sheets, light plot sheets, master design sheets, and ripple sheets. This is a very new book that I created, so there's not a lot of stuff in here, but I will talk about what each of these are, and if there's something in here already, you'll be able to see it. Otherwise, I'll have to just explain it. Cue sheets. Master cue sheet. Let's see here. I think, surface lighting cue sheet for the fall spots. And I guess that's it. Where's the light board? Must be this one. But anyway, you may have remembered in the technician handbook there was these the cue sheets. In case you missed that, I'm gonna just briefly explain. Labeling the cue, giving it a number. What is the actual cue? So describing the actual cue. And then when do you execute the cue? That's pretty much what a cue sheet is. For the follow spot, it's a little different. You still have the cue. What is the actual cue? And then what do you do? So there's a lot of different follow spot terminology. Pickup means dim up your light. Slide to kind of means what it says. Slide to a position or a person. Include both kind of means what it sounds like. Include the two people that may be in the light if they're standing next to each other, so stuff like that. And then when is it executed? So those are different kinds of cue sheets that you can run into. I made this one up myself. Other cue sheets are a little more extensive, but we don't have a lot going on here, so I didn't have to make anything complicated. Shop order sheets. You can have about two types of shop order sheets, at least for us. You have one where you ask for rental or borrowing equipment, and then you have others for purchasing. So this looks like a purchase one. Yeah, this looks like a purchase one. So the item, how many, price per item, total, seller contact. And the people that are involved with it, they're part of it. The designers that help create designers in general. This looks like another purchase one. I want to find a rental one. Here we go. Here's a rental one. So this is a little different. So you have item, quantity, rent versus borrow. This is very bad. This is very bad. Rent price per week, the total, owner contact, date needed, and then the return date. So you see we're renting a couple of things, Oh, here's a good one. Now this was where we borrowed. For our Christmas concert, we borrowed all of this stuff. And so we had a quantity. And so since we didn't rent anything, we didn't need the price for the rental. Who owns it? I own something. These people, they loaned some of their stuff for us to use as well. So this is great. Yeah, so we have all the examples: buying something, renting something, and then borrowing something. So this is good. I'm glad. Woo! Magic sheets. Magic sheets, also known as cheat sheet. Now, theoretically, a magic sheet is supposed to be able to tell you the location of a fixture and what channel the fixture is in or on. So it kind of gives you a quick look. So like if you're in the middle of a rehearsal and the director says, hey, I want this part of the stage a little less lit, or maybe make it bluer or something, quickly you can find out where to make those adjustments using the magic sheet. This one's a little vague. What we did for the concert, and I made a video of the setup, but what we did for the concert, we split our lights into 4 groups, and each group had 4 lights in them. So we had 16 in all, and we have 4 quads. And so each channel or each light was programmed in the DMX controller. And so like we knew if this area, quad 3, fixture 9, we knew it was controlled by 9, 10, 11. What I didn't write down was the actual location of the quads. I didn't write that down here, but theoretically that's what you would want to do. I've only got one sheet. What a shame. Light plot, I know there's nothing here. So the light plot basically is something you want to write out. It's like a blueprint from a lighting standpoint. Where are all the fixtures going to be sitting or hanging? Where is power sources? Where are the different cables going to run? Anything that's related to lighting. It gives your lighting technicians a blueprint on how to install the system, basically. It lets them know where everything goes, how long is the distance and everything. Since we are stationary at our church, we don't have to recreate a light plot every time we're doing something. We already have the stage layout as it is. So really the only thing that we change is just where the fixtures are for that particular event or something. But at least the stage doesn't change. So like different measurements that are laid out, that's not going to change. Like if we were a touring show or something, then we would have to readjust everything for every size of the stage. Oh my gosh. The master design sheet is pretty much, it's not just the cue sheet, but it's all of the lighting thoughts that go into a design. I thought I had one here. But yeah, it's all of the thoughts that go into a design. And so, and here's an example here. Now this is small. We did the youth skit a couple of Sundays ago. This is a small version of a master design, but it's kind of like the notes of what we're gonna do for the particular skit. I got that out of my technician book there. So that's kind of what a master design sheet is. Usually those kinds of sheets are several pages long, depending on what it is. Ripple sheet is my favorite sheet. That's the one sheet I didn't know about until I read this particular book. It's called the Assistant Lighting Designer's Toolbook or Toolkit. I read that book. Oh, my world changed, and I ran into this. And the ripple sheet, what that does is imagine throwing a pebble in the water, right? And you see the ripple effect going, the 360 ripple effect. And that's pretty much what a ripple sheet is. The stone is the change. So if we change, like let's say we have 2 follow spots, let's say we change it and we have 3 follow spots. The ripple effect will be, now I have to update the cue sheets. I have to create a third cue sheet for the third follow spot. Do we have to rent that follow spot? Now I have to update the shop order sheet, make sure that we have, the money put aside for the third light. So it's like, you make that one change and there's always that domino effect and the ripple and the spread of the other things being affected. So the ripple sheet helps you keep track of all those changes. It's sort of like a checklist. So you write down what happened, you write down what the change is, and then at the top, your row is going to have columnized all of your different, like, shop order sheet, cue sheet, master design sheet, this sheet, that sheet, even the light plot, because now you have to find a place on the light plot. Where is it going to go so your technicians know where to put the light? So, all kinds of paperwork has to be updated. And so it gives you a visual of, okay, did I update that? Did I update that? Because things can get lost in the shuffle. And you don't want any kind of lack of communication and things like that. So the ripple sheet is something that you might be emailing out to a lot of people. Like, okay, your accountant on staff or whoever, is in charge of finances and things like that. Here's our ripple sheet. This is kind of what we're leaning to do. This over here, this group might need that sheet. So you got to make sure you update all these different sheets. And the ripple sheet does exactly that. So that's why I love that sheet. Because at my church, a lot of things change. And I never had any kind of documentation to help me keep track of all of those changes. Now I do. I'm all excited and stuff. You don't even know. Woo! So that's the Lighting Bible. Like I said, it's still kind of a work in progress. It's still being built. I have a lot of documents. I just haven't printed them out and put them in the Bible. But so it's really, it's gonna be stuffed one day as we work on more things and more projects. So that's it. If I ever make like a new handbook or if I find new materials and stuff, I might make just like another video or something. But these are the books. I put a lot of work into it, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, a lot of research involved, and making sure everyone's able to do their job and everything's organized. And just by having it in a binder, you can carry it around with you and, open it up and have it with you instead of like a big giant filing cabinet. So, it also helps with a little bit of mobility, I guess. But yeah, these are the books. So like I said in all the videos, links in the description. I'll link to the book that I was talking about, because that's where I got the idea to even do the Bible in the first place. That book that I read. So I'll link I'll link to that book, maybe her website or something. But she did a great job. That was a great book, and there's not a lot of books out there like that. So she really hit the market, and she's gonna get a lot of the wave of profits there because no one else is doing what she's doing. So. But yeah, email me. My email should be in the description. One of these videos, definitely the first video I did, but I might do the email thing each time. I haven't uploaded any of these videos. I've just been recording them, so I have no idea what I've done for the first videos. But let me know if you got any questions, comments, concerns about any of these books. And like I said, I got PDF files, so I'll send them to you. You can study them on your own, links, find the stuff on your own, research, build your own handbooks and things like that. I hope this whole thing has been helpful for you in some way. I'd love to know if it has been helpful, so I know I'm not just wasting my time. So, just let me know if it has been helpful. Let me know if you got questions, comments, concerns. I already said this. It's like the longest sign off. I guess let's end the series with social media. You could follow me on Twitter at Dante Writes. I'll probably put that in the description. Facebook, I guess I'm active there. Yeah, I mean, you could like me there if you want. But Twitter is where I'm the most active. I check on that the most, and I'm barely active on Twitter as it is, so that's kind of weird. But that's kind of my first place to go. Okay. Thanks for watching, and keep shining.